Finally, the Batman Omnibus Edition, Silver Age Volume 1. Wow, I really thought they would never bring this out. Well, this is a quick review of it. Now, I'm not going to go through all the stories. I haven't read them all. I've read quite a few of them. I've enjoyed many of them, obviously from DC Comics. And you can see now they include all of the covers on the back. I think that's lovely. You can see the stories all the way through, collect all these issues, and mid-50s all the way through to 1958. And it includes, you see there, the details there, Batman 101 to 116, as well as Detective Comics 233 to 257. Now, I think the Golden Age Omnibus ones go all the way up to the end. I don't know, so please don't hold me on that. But I think that's the case. Literally, Volume 10, and then you go into the Silver Age. Well, let's just go through the book itself. 728 pages. Really, really well restored, super clean, absolutely amazing. Because apparently DC have got all the original film sources, they've got all the material, so they can really make some really super sharp. And I think it looks staggeringly brilliant. Really, really pleased with this. I think this is probably one of my favourite ones. I like the Green Lantern one. I think Green one is brilliant. Flash one is superb. But the Batman, there's some really good stories, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. They're actually so fun, entertaining, and just oddball. They're really daft. I mean, obviously, they make no sense at the end of the day. You can analyse them in all kinds of ways, but really, they have a certain style. There's all the, obviously, people involved with it, and here's the stories. So you can see 1956, all the way through, and you've got 1957 there. Now, the one thing it doesn't include, as ever with DC ones, why they don't do it? No extras, no bonus materials, no sort of inked pages, no original sketches, no adverts. I would love to see the adverts. Don't know why they ignore those, but still, it would be a nice addition to see all the way up to 1958. And you can see it's a mix of Batman all the way through with Detective Comics. And you've got a forward here as well, which is a very nice forward as well. It explains everything about the period. And let's go for the stories. I'm just going to take the cover off and I'll show you the actual. Now, I think it looks just fine. Absolutely brilliant. You can see there, Batman, the Silver Age, Omnibus, Volume 1. Don't know why they always go for that. Why not say Volume 1, Vol 1? Anyway, minor quibble. The actual quality of this is just great. I just love this. So let's just go through this first one. Oh, I better show, because everyone always turns around and says, why can't you show that? Now, I think that looks really well glued in. I mean, they've done a really nice job. And this is from Canada, this copy, as far as I'm certain. I'm certain it says Canada. And it looks great, sewn beautifully, really, really. Now, I think it's quite tight, actually, if you can see there. It really crunches there in the centre, the gutter. Still not too bad. I mean, it opens really nicely. But you can see some of the covers are really crunched in a bit, especially obviously near the front. Don't know why, but the covers, for some weird reason, like I say, this is slightly often rougher than the inside, the interior pages. I just can't work that out. And I've noticed that a number of times, especially like was one, the Justice League of America one. Quite often you see the cover look really quite rough, and the interiors were great. But this one, for some weird reason, does look slightly rough, and this is Batwoman's story. The cover looks great, and again, the colouring is just superb all the way through. But it is slightly dark, you can see there. But the stories themselves are just absolutely superb. Absolutely. But this really does feel like 1940s story. You've got that sort of look at it, 1940s. And then suddenly it just changes. Though it doesn't actually, if you go and see, because that's a Detective Comics one, if you go and see some of the other Detective Comics ones, they look also slightly odd, compared with this one, which is like, here, the vanished Batman. I mean, Robin's mobile, I don't know what it is. There goes Robin on his mission there, the Riddle. And actually, this is one thing that's quite odd in this book. There's not many anyway. I can't recall even seeing him. Joker, Riddler, all the usual suspects. They're not in it. It's just lots of different stories, weird, wonderful characters, oddball, very kooky ones. The Six Strangest Sleuths. I mean, they're just great little stories. Many, like I say, are Detective Comics ones. And again, you can see it really, really, really sharp quality there, I think, all the way through. But they are great little tales of just strange strange. Superman, and of course you've even got Superman turns up. Clark Kent, Superman. I love the way they call out Superman. Let's tell everyone. Might be a few people around, though I guess Superman probably could turn around and say, don't, Robin, don't mention. But still. And this one, Batman. See, some of the covers are absolutely brilliant, but some of them do look slightly worse for wear. And there's this one here, just slightly rougher than you would think. I'm not concerned about the source material. I assume they've got all the original films for most of these, but there's just a few minor ones that look super sharp again. Batman, Batmobile, the Backtrack, they always went for all that sort of stuff. Also, this one, The Creature from 20,000 Fathoms. So they had those sort of stories. Sort of, I don't know if there's any gorillas in here, but there's certainly The Man Who Knew Batman's Secret. Again, they had too many of those sort of stories. Personally, I always thought, why not just reveal his Bruce Wayne? All the time there was always, now they've got to make some sort of, to get around that. But still. The Door That Hid Disaster. Again, like I say, some of these covers look slightly odd, but I still think they're great. The Door That Hid Disaster. Batman. Again, another one that's slightly... There's the Batwoman again. We're trapped! Look, Batman and Robin. Obviously head in there. Oh, I love the little robot there you've got there as well. But again, the artwork throughout this is just great. I say some unusual villains. It's not your usual. Because sometimes I find that Batman does have a tendency to be way dark. These are definitely all. I mean, he's got pirate stories and things. You can see there a pirate one, Batcave, and you also got here the Puppet Batman. Oh, again, this is one. So this sort of just odd pages that just look slightly odd, and this is one example. Just, I don't know, maybe it's me. Maybe if you put in the comments saying, no, I looked at that and it's fine. I don't know. I always put Bob Kane. Would have been nice if they'd actually put the proper credits, all the way through these. I don't know. But still, the grown-up boy wonder. Don't worry, Batman, Owlman will save you. I don't think, Owlman turns up that often afterwards, but still, great little tale there as well. Again, you've got these other sort of characters that turn up, and it is full of some really oddball stories. Literally 30 or 40, 50, 60 stories. I don't know, I haven't counted them, but there's a lot of great little stories, and some of them pretty unusual ones. Radioactivity turns up a bit. There's also, again, lots of castles. You can't beat a good old castle story. This Crime Club, the other Bruce Wayne. So you can see lots and lots of great stories. Or The Menace of Falseface. Not usual suspect there. And I think it's just very, very nice quality all the way through. Great little, the Batman in the bottle. I love it. Absolutely. I didn't think I was going to love it. I'm not a mega Batman fan. I have to admit that. It's, he's a character I've obviously followed over the years, but I wouldn't say I'd rush out. But I was reading reviews about it and I thought, you know what? I will give this a go. And I'm really glad I did, because I think this is a really nice collection. And I will, I hope that Volume 2 is full of equally good, thoroughly enjoyable stories. Some are just daft. They are a lot of daft stories in this, but it's great. Absolutely lovely collection. And like I say, it's a pity that they don't include, obviously the biographies at the back. So you've got the list there. It's not, obviously, you'd think there must have been a few more people involved. They could have squeezed out a few more biographies. That one's a daft story. Good old future story. Again, they did a lot of those ones where Batman's identity, it's a bit like the Superman identity stories, or Green Lantern, or Flash, or any of these characters. I really got quite... They're just so annoying, those sort of ones. You just think, let's get on with the proper stories. But this great little collection, looking forward to Volume 2. And I really hope maybe they'll bring out the Hawkman. Hopefully Atom. That would be brilliant. I would love to see those. There must be some others. Sea Devils. I've been reading the showcase one of Sea Devils. I've absolutely loved that. So that would be nice to see as an omnibus. And there must be many others. Showcase stories, Brave and the Bold stories. loads of ones that have not been collected in any form. Obviously, didn't make it into the Showcase series. Obviously, other than the Showcase Presents one. But maybe they will do that. Hopefully, of course, if this sells well, who knows? And maybe one day they might even bring out the Golden Age Flash one, which was announced and sadly didn't turn up. Also, Aquaman. That's another one I just suddenly thought of. Aquaman, because they were going to do that, but there was an Aquaman one listed, I think, somewhere, and then nothing. Well, hopefully, at some point, maybe, of course, if success of the DC film, The Flash, which looks excellent. I must admit, I'm looking at the trailer, thinking I really must go down and see that. That does look good. So, excellent collection. Batman, the Silver Age one, and I think that is an absolutely first-rate omnibus collection from DC. Totally brilliant.